Everybody, Diana here at Sew Uncommon. Yeah, I'm a little to the sideways because I have this set up so that you can see the machine here. So I'm actually at my sewing machine right now, and this video is a real quick one because I got a question recently, and I know I have done this in a video in the past. I've shown you how to sew your segment pieces together either before or after you wash away your stabilizer. Either way is perfectly fine. So then you can sew them together to make your beautiful blocks like this Ohio Star that we see here. And I thought that I would do the quick video again and put it out today for those of you who have been curious. So first thing I want to do actually is show you the back, because I was asked, won't these fall apart? And no, this has no stabilizer in it. The stabilizer's been washed away. I like to open my seams, and you can see that the way you trim them out of your stabilizer and the way they're stitched together, you're going to end up with that perfect seam allowance. So I have digitized these so that you get the perfect seam allowance if you follow the process, okay? You don't have to worry about them falling apart. I have several quilts, several pieces, full quilts that I've done. Trust me, they're not going to fall apart on you. But I wanted you to see that, and I wanted you to see the back. Now, you'll notice here that my seams are open. You don't have to open your seams. You can press them to one side like in traditional quilting if you like. I like opening them up with this method because it kind of reduces bulk, especially like in the corner, in the center here. It reduces that bulk. You can see right here in the center, I really have no bulk there at all. And you can see from the front, no bulk at all. So I want to show you how to do that today. So right here, I have two half square triangles that are going to be a part of an Ohio Star, and it's going to be half of this center 4 patch. So I know it's a little hard for you to see because these were done for me. I didn't do them to demonstrate, so there's no black thread, but you can see it here. You have your guideline. So what I like to do is the pin method, and by the pin method, what I mean is I like to take a small glass-headed pin. Now, why a glass-headed pin? Glass-headed pins are very thin and narrow, so you're not making large holes in your fabric, and you can get it right at the point where you want it. A larger bore needle you're not going to get it right in that corner. It's going to be off a little bit because it's taking up more space. So the glass head pin works perfectly. And with a glass head pin, if you accidentally, when you're pressing it, you've left one in there, you can press over it. It's not going to melt on you. So what I like to do is take that glass headed pin, put it right in the corner where my guideline is, and then bring it through and put it right in the corner of my second block as well. And that gets me lined up. So you can see I'm lined up perfectly here. Then I take, when I'm doing 2 segments, I just use 1 clip down at the other edge to hold things together. If I'm doing a larger row piece, then of course I'm going to have several. And in some of my other videos, I've shown you how to clip those together so that you get great joins and things like that. So now let's just go here to my sewing machine. And what I do is once I get over here, I pull my pin straight out and I don't move it. I don't start like moving it around and picking it up and stuff. Let's see, let's move my camera back a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. Then, and that gives me a little bit here to not be twisted around. So I'm going to lift my foot, and the very first thing I do is I put my needle down right on the line, and I do that with my hand wheel. I bring it right down to the line. I don't have to have it in the fabric, just to the line. If I am right on that line, then I back off just a little bit, and with my keys on my machine, I move my needle 1 click to the left or to the inside, just 1 click. That's all I need to do. Then I'm going to go ahead and lower, and you can see I'm right in that point now where I was with the pin. Now here, let me use a larger pin here just to show you. I'm right there in that same spot. Now I am going to stitch down directly down on that inside edge of the stitching. That's going to give you the perfect seam line. So here, I'm going to sew this now. And I'm sewing it slowly. See, I'm just going down that guideline. When I get close to that clip, I just remove it. I haven't removed out my stray threads there yet. There we go. And now I'm going to cut my thread, take this out, and I have my perfectly sewn together piece right there. And then I would keep going. Hang on, let me just bring this up and bring this over. Okay, so now I'm all set up, and I'm going, let me take off my magnifiers. And so I've got my perfect piece there, and I'm ready to keep stitching my next sets or adding on to this however I do. And the one thing I like to do, if I still have stabilizer in here, I like to use the seam roller and just roll them flat and then remove all of my stabilizer at one time from the block. If I do them like I've done here, where I'm doing sewing them together with no stabilizer at all because I've already removed the stabilizer, then I'll go ahead and press these open. Alrighty? So there you go. That's the quick and easy way to sew together your segments on your machine. So if you've been wondering how that works and am I going to have a problem with things falling apart and all, you've seen from the back of this block looks like the back of any other quilted block, no matter how you've quilted it. And that's the beauty of the Build-A-Quilt system. You don't have to worry. You notice I didn't have a 1/4 inch foot on. I have a kind of a belt-driven walking foot on my machine. You don't have to worry about having a 1/4 inch foot or anything like that, because that guideline is built in, and once you follow it, you get the perfect seam every time. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day. See you soon. Sew Life Beautiful.